Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday the 27th, and I am going to do like a little planner chat, show you all what I've been doing in my Bloom journal, which is a planner, as well as here in the new one. So definitely go check out my video if you haven't already done so. With the last video I posted about the Bloom, just like confession video. So let's start with that. So one thing that I do like to do, and even though it is going to be slightly repetitive, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being repetitive when it comes to my calendars, because I told you all I started doing a calendar where I just got it from the Dollar Tree, and it has nothing but just calendars, monthly calendars, and that's all that's in it. And that's like my consistent one. So here with this, I am going to put order, because that is my word for the week, for the year. This is what I got from, what's that place? Walmart. So I got this from Walmart. It was only like 98 cents. Only thing I find tricky about letters is, depending on the ones that you use, once you use them, it's hard. Like, I'm okay with doing mismatch after that, but that's like the only tricky part. And these are cute. I feel like gold goes with everything. So I'm just going to start like doing little stuff in here little by little. Again, this was definitely an impulse buy. It was also something that I did not need. It wasn't expensive, but I definitely didn't need it. So other than that, my day is going pretty good. I am about to do an order after I finish this for my daughter's birthday like cake, except I'm deciding this year to get crumble cookies. Typically we've done years where it was just cake. That was okay. I always felt like it was wasteful. I'm not a sweet eater. I don't really let my kids eat sweets like that. So it mostly ends up going to waste. Then we started doing nothing but cakes, and that worked out. But it was still like a little bit, I don't know. I still don't feel like they needed a whole cake. And we did the small ones that was like to here. This year, I'm going to try something different and get the crumbles. I like how they have so many different flavors, the regular ones, and then the weekly specials. But you can get them in a cookie or like the minis. So I'm going to get the minis. Those are extremely sweet. If you ever had crumble cookies, those are extremely sweet in my opinion. But again, I don't really eat sweets, so that's probably why. So this is February. Seeing this on February is pretty much over with. I am just going to do some little quick decorations here and there. Not anything serious, but just something a little cute. So yeah. Oh, this is cute. So I'll put her there. And I'm not gonna be really big on decorating this. I mean, if I do it, I do it. This is more like a really fun, messy situation. And I want to be consistent with my other Bloom planner that I'm going to show next, the one that I'm using as a journal. And I want to consistently do that so I can see how that goes at the end. But I've already started. So this is the first time out of all the times with me having Bloom planner that I actually used this. Typically, I tend to do Post-its on top of the planning as something that I need to really think about and I want to stick out. So that is something I'm doing there. And so I put down some things. Priority today was for me to go into my training and figure out if I'm going to do another membership. I don't think that's necessary because, to be honest, I didn't really do the membership, utilize it the whole year. I only used it to get a discount on the trainings, but then when I added up, I think I paid like $65 a couple of years ago when I did it. And yeah, so I don't think that that's so necessary. So I just jotted down some things that were important that I did. And then today I posted that video already. I'm doing this one today. I made the appointment with orthopedics. I am going to try a new cooking dish today. It was called an American pan. And it is basically biscuits. And then she cooked like the ground beef. I'm going to use ground turkey or ground chicken. And then she put onions. And then on top of that, she put, what you call it? Shredded cheese. And then she put another can of the biscuits on top. So I am going to try to do that today. It's something that I've just been wanting to try. So I'm going to see how that goes. And then it goes into next month. So I've already started adding my appointments. I had to take that out. I had a massage scheduled that day. But my dermatology appointment overrides that because I've been waiting for that for a super long time. I normally like to outline the boxes, and that again sticks out for me. It lets me know that if I look back in my planner, this is what is important. This is kind of what I need to see. This what's going on. And you'll see it's a ton of things that happen on Friday because Friday and Saturdays are my off day. I do plan on taking a couple of days in March off, probably the last two, the 25th and the 26th, to get like a little break. I've been doing a lot. However, I do have quite a few things that are coming up finance wise. So I'm not sure if I want to just wait and go into April and take some time off. I'm not sure. We'll see how everything goes. I will possibly do a video on my finances. Not an in-depth video with that, but just going over like how I'm trying my best to go into and look at it. I realized when I went into this year, I didn't necessarily, I feel like I put it in here as a goal, but I didn't. I feel like, yeah, I put it in here as a goal, but I didn't really write it out someplace that I could really, yeah, I did. I put it in here. Today, I'm just going to get a printout offline. I know $1,000 may seem like not a lot to save within a year, but for somebody that is also trying to pay off debt, throughout this year and have a ton of things to come up, like my kids' registration, the July birthdays. This year, my licensing had to be renewed. So just the trainings as well as the license itself. It's just a lot of things that came up, a lot of doctor's appointments that started off really heavy this year. It ended heavy the ending of last year, and it started off real heavy this year. My son is on a couple of more medications, which of course raised the cost of prescriptions for the month. So it's just a lot that has been coming up. And that is the reason why I want to start marking out what is coming up for that month. And I think that is going to determine what hours I pick up or just how I maneuver and budget, whatever else. So I like to do this and have this out again. I'm not necessarily trying to focus on decorating. I'll throw some things in. I with this planner, the last time I had this planner, I think it was a little bit bigger than this one. What I did was for here, like if it was something big that needed to stick out, and I'll show you because I'm gonna do it here. Well, I hate that it bled through a little. I'm gonna show you what I typically do to let something stick out. So let's see. This is, so I have and that's the 5th, that's the Thursday. I have the motivational interviewing training, and that's going to give me 6 hours. I love that training anyway. I feel like it's good to have, definitely if you're in the field. But I am working with substance use more than I ever have before. And that's a really good tool to have for substance use. Everyone in general, even my other clients, but especially substance use. Oh, they didn't bleed through so bad. So that's what I like to do when it's appointments like that or things that need to stick out. And like the 6 is a massage. So like I will, and this is not to be in any kind of necessarily cute way. It's just saying that when I look back, and because I write big, I think that's why I like to see it too, and like having a bigger planner. When I look at next week, these are the things that's going to immediately stick up. Also, if I decide to put like a post-it on top, those are the things that is going to stick out for me. So that is it for this. And then I'm going to show you all, like I said, with this planner. This is my Bloom planner. It's my journal. I will admit I do back journaling sometimes. I still didn't get a lot of stuff filled out. This will be the exact same thing that's on here though, because it's the exact setup, just smaller. I did start filling in. Remember how I said since this was big and this was my journal and what I want to have for the year, I started, this will be like my highlights of that month. So I already started putting some things down. I was a little late to the game in January, so I might just fill up with like random mundane things. But this one, even though it's the end of February, I already have some pictures from my daughter's birthday to put in, and possibly whatever happens this weekend. So I want to start planning and getting more on top of that. That was January's. This is February's. I put down exactly what was going on. This, I just threw some random things up there to use up some stickers. This was what I was going to put grateful for today. Things I'm grateful for. And yeah, then that's just the end. That's where I put some washi. This is like my fun scrapbook, like look back and thing to do. And this was a training that I did. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think the last time I showed this, I let you all see. That training was awesome. And this is this week. So I just need to add in some things from yesterday, and then today, of course. And then this starts another month. So I'm excited that I've been pretty consistent. And the places that is not consistent, I think it speaks to whatever I was going through by like having everything highlighted out. So yeah, so I'm definitely happy about this. I feel like if you're a person that's trying to get back into journaling, or did I put the word? No, I didn't. I'll need to put that there. But I feel like if you're a person that is trying to get back into journaling and just want to start off slow, having a journal like this on a planner, even if it's a smaller one, is so easy to keep up with. Even if you feel like you're new to journaling and don't have that much to say, having this small space it really doesn't require a lot, even if you want to put just to-dos or track your eating for that week, for that day or that week, and start off there, like track your mood. I feel like that is something really big. I am a believer, not just with being a therapist, but a believer in just how journaling is good. It's a good way to reflect on previous weeks, to see your progress. It's also a good way to see like what main things have been coming up for you, especially if there are particular people. You know, what things are repetitive. I think that's the first thing. After I got older and I looked back at my journals, I was realizing the relationships that I had with certain people were the exact same. Like I was saying the same thing, they were doing the same thing. So that is something to also think about. But that is all. I know this was a little chatty. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.